Hello everyone, this is the first and what I hope to be a long series of videos on how I'm using ConvertKit to build my audience with my email list. And today I want to share with you what is probably my favorite feature of ConvertKit. It's a relatively small feature, but it's one of the things that actually convinced me to go with ConvertKit in the first place. And the reason why is because it's one of those small details that just makes ConvertKit easy to use than all the alternatives that I've tried. And what I'm talking about is this ability to exclude subscribers from receiving an email in a sequence simply by clicking on this button here. The reason why I find this particularly useful is because in the past I was using another system called Drip, and Drip does not have this feature, which means that if you want to exclude people from receiving an email, you had to build an elaborate workflow, and in that workflow you had to have branching, and in the branch you would have to basically branch on a tag and say if someone has that tag then don't send them this email, otherwise do send them the email, which means that you can't use sequences in Drip. If you want to exclude people from receiving particular emails, you had to always have a workflow, and this meant that my workflows just ballooned out of control. I had so many workflows, it was unbelievable. It was very hard to manage. It was very hard to keep track of all these different workflows. Whereas in ConvertKit, everything's a lot simpler. I have less automations, less workflows, and I use sequences where, for what they're supposed to be used for. So today I'm going to show you the two use cases that I use this for. There are many more, but I'm going to show you two so you can get a feel for how this works. This particular sequence I'm showing you is an onboarding sequence. So this is a series of emails that subscribers will get when they first join my email newsletter. And the first one is a welcome email. Now everybody should get the welcome email, but I actually want to exclude a certain segment from getting this email. The reason is because I actually have 3 of these onboarding sequences, and I have 3 because I have 3 different major segments on my website. And a subscriber can choose which journey they go down, and depending on which one they choose, they'll get a different sequence. But it is entirely possible that after a subscriber goes through one journey and one sequence, they may decide to go through another one. That's perfectly valid, and people do that. So in that case, if they've already been through one onboarding sequence, then I don't want them to receive the welcome email again, because then effectively I'm welcoming them twice, which doesn't make any sense. So what I've done here is in my welcome email, I have added a filter, and that filter basically says if they have already got the tag utility welcomed, then do not send them this particular email. And when they go through, there is a workflow that would add this tag when they go through a welcome sequence. So I know that if I've already been through one of them, they'll have that tag, and therefore this email will be skipped and they will jump straight down to the second email in this sequence. So that's the first reason why I'm using these filters. The second one is the last email in this particular sequence, which is a pitch. It is a pitch for my book. So the idea here is they go through this sequence, they learn a whole bunch of things about Drupal development, which is the purpose of that particular site. And right at the end, I give them, a nice subtle email to say, by the way, if you would like to take this to the next level, then you might benefit from buying my book. Now, if a subscriber has already bought my book, then I don't want to send them this email, because there's no point trying to send an email which is a pitch to a product if they already own that product. So again, I use the filter here, and I am saying if they have the tag customer and that is the name of the product, then do not send them this email. Simple as that. Now I'm going to just quickly remove this and show you how to add this one. So if I click on this and I then click on add filter, subscribe to a tag, And the tag in this case will be customer and the name of the product, add filter. And as you can see, that then says, this here says that 181 subscribers have already got this tag. And that's all there is to it. This means that on this particular sequence, I've got these filters on 2 of my emails. So that's the end of this particular video. Like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be sharing a whole bunch more of these ConvertKit videos on this channel. So make sure you hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.